Yeah, it's right here.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome again to us reading Isle of the Dark. It's the first proper episode because we've actually done some reading now. We've read the first epilogue and the first three chapters, and we're going to discuss with each other what we thought of it. And do you want to go off start? I think anything because we've never done one of these before. Certainly not on a video. So we've got no format or anything like that. We're just going to free form.
We're gonna have to think of one. We didn't think of one, really, did we?
No, we haven't really got a format. So far, I feel that we've not really got into the real meat and potatoes of the story yet. We've still got plenty of story to go. We've just been introduced to the characters. First initial thoughts is you've got a big long history, you've got the history, you've got your own calendar. A couple of things that I've got to start with some negative points, because not negative, but just things that I think would have been good. We did joke about there being a map before. I think maybe as the story goes on, a map might have been a good idea. And another thing, a map.
A map. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A map.
And another thing I was thinking.
I can see what you mean. Not that I would look at it. I would look at it one time at the start and never again.
Occasionally, when a place name comes, I don't know what it's going to be like further on, but occasionally there's a place name.
Wait, Mr. Gray. Wait. Well, one main thing we need to do first. We probably will go into spoilers.
Oh yeah, probably.
So if you don't want to hear it, probably best don't watch. So we're warning you.
And if anyone's been reading along with us, then feel free to drop your comments in the chat as well, in case you pick up anything that we haven't thought about. But another thing that I think would be quite good is a glossary of the words, the names, because already we've come across the three ages.
That's my worst enemy. I probably already forgot all of them.
Yeah, so you've got the Judavarius, who are the people from the first age, or the purebred magic people who created the Daxo plague.
The assholes who did.
Yeah.
Got too cocky.
Exactly. Their own hubris. They created, they spent their lives creating creatures, and ended up creating this Daxo plague monsters. And then they started mating with the humans to create the Acelleri, who are the sort of second breed of magic people. And then they've been further. The thing is, the history of it goes
and then there was the third one, which were the Acelleri mixed with more humans.
Yeah, the Arats, so like a third grade kind of of magic people. But the thing is,
the bloodline keeps diluting.
Yeah, they're all mudbloods now. If you listen to Harry Potter, and so things like that would be nice to be in the glossary so you could work it out. Also, I think the history of it, because the fact that Judavarius now already for stuff of legend, so it's not everyone believes in the Judavarius now, or think they were just
forgot them. They even forgot them completely.
And the very first part of the prologue talks about it being this is a story from far, far, far back in history. So we're already talking about. So there's already a long sort of feeling of a long story going on, a long history. And then you've got. We don't know if we want to talk about what actually happened to create the story, but basically the Daxo re-emerged, didn't they? They came back.
Yeah, because the one managed to escape and went to the core of the earth.
Yeah.
Then I must say though, I mean, I know some parts in the story need to happen for the story. Rina, don't get offended, but it's just that team that went in. What weren't they thinking? Maybe we should get some supplies before going down there to the center to a cave. We don't know.
But they weren't looking for the Daxo, were they? They were looking for a way because they were in the northern world.
Not for the Daxo. I mean, in general.
But yes, right.
Because one of them was meant to be a top soldier guy. You think someone like that would think ahead of planning or something.
Well, they were trying to find a secret way down to the Southland, because after the Judavarians are gone, the world had broken up into two land masses, more or less, the northern south and the south regions. They were both at war with each other.
The two kingdoms. And then they unite against one common enemy.
Yeah, once the Daxo plague starts, they all united against the common enemy. And I think another thing that I was going to talk about, I don't know what you're like when you go into reading the book, but I always have preconceived notions about what I was, and I kind of there's a couple of things. I knew that Rina was a new author and relatively inexperienced in writing story. So I'm reading everything going, would I word it like that? That kind of thing. So I'm a couple of things like that. I'm going, I'm not sure if I'd word it like that. I did spot one spelling mistake as well. Definitely at least one spelling mistake, but just nitpicking, really, which I shouldn't
I
really be doing.
do. I never have any preconceived notions. I just go in and read the thing.
Yeah, I was thinking the Datso plague was going to be more like zombies, like where it's just like a massive horde. But it seems like it's only one or two because there's got like as a.
They kind of are though, aren't they? Just not the traditional zombies.
No, they are like animal sort of demon. But I thought it was going to be like massive hordes of them, and they'll be fighting them back, like shoulder to shoulder, using these because there's these purple rose or purple flowers that can kill them. But the way the first kind of scenes read after we started getting introduced to Ranger, the hero, it seemed to be more like The Witcher. Did you ever watch The Witcher TV show?
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I get the idea.
To me, it was more kind of like that. It's like one lone man going after some giant beasts, and there was like
there are the like 5 guardians.
Yeah, well. we get introduced to later. He's not the only guy, but he's one of the guys who basically anything that comes across the barrier.
Yeah, but we are told about like a more smaller part of this whole world, not like the full world.
No, the moment
it wouldn't work if it was the whole world story.
No, well,
we do need this like small section.
Yeah.
I also never have any preconceived notions because I can barely string 2 sentences together.
Exactly.
So it would be complete hypocrisy.
Yeah, I know the same thing, but I can't help it. I've always been like, I look whenever I'm reading things like, oh, it's got that wrong, or oh, I wouldn't have said it like that. That kind of thing, just stupid little niggling things.
I envy some writers with how well they can do those sentences, but as I already learned, it's all editing. It's not the first sentence they wrote. It's like 20 sentences after that.
Yeah.
After they drafted and redrafted the damn thing. So I should not be disimpressed.
No. But yeah, so far so good. So what I couldn't understand is the silly little questions coming in your head. Like any fantasy kingdom, any fantasy setting, there are always things like, well, why didn't they do that? And why didn't they do that? I'm thinking to myself, why don't they have these flowers planted everywhere? Like, why aren't they planted in every village? Like every village could have rose bushes around their villages to keep anything from coming in, instead of having to send off.
Those flowers do not work as well when it's winter time.
Yeah,
there is that too. It would have been. The thing is, when you think about it, it would have been far too convenient.
Yeah,
exactly. If it could like completely stop all the dead cells, then it wouldn't be interesting anymore.
Exactly, that's the thing. That's the trouble. I think it's the same with all fantasy kind of story settings. If you could easily think of like, why not this? Why not that? Why not? Just don't do that. Just go along for the ride. Just go along for the ride. Maybe there's reasons that the flowers can't be transported that easily, and they've got a massive wall of them. The only ones that seem to be able to come in are winged ones.
The thing is, if it was already solved, we wouldn't have a story.
Exactly.
I was thinking that a couple of times, when I read the Golden Compass or the subtle knife. I was also thinking, why could you just not do that?
Yeah.
But then if they did that, we wouldn't have a story.
Exactly, yeah.
What do we now?
Another thing I was thinking about, because I was thinking only the flying ones could get in, because there's only 5 bridges between the north is where that side is, and the south is where the humans are all grouped up. There's 5 bridges going across. I was thinking to myself, why don't I just have one? Why not have any? Because why do they need to go to the north? Why not just have a complete wall with no bridges? Because if they're only living in the south, but anyway, I've just thought of that now. And
because plague or no plague, people will be people.
Yeah.
And there's only so much working together some of them can do.
Exactly. Why couldn't they have just flown the eagles to Mordor? That's yeah. Exactly, that's what people say about Lord of the Rings. Also, I'm wondering about how the 2 Datso got to that little village, because neither of them were flying Datso. So how did they manage to get in?
No, one was a flying one was a bird. Yeah, it was sort of this bird creature.
I thought it was as big as a house. Remember, one was being as big as a house, and that one, because that one he killed. Oh, another thing I was contemplating is, why did they bother catching them? Why didn't they just kill them? Because he's like, they catch them just so they can take them and execute them.
Yeah, I really did think, why would they bring back Isle? And then I thought, they're probably experimenting on the poor things.
Yeah, apparently they
it stood out as how cruel they became to those things. Because I know they are the monsters, and I know with zombies you do the same. You kill them to survive. But when you think about it, it's far more humane to just kill them instead of starting to experiment on them. Because because poor Isle, we still don't know his name is Isle, but
No,
like the
we're
poor
assuming it's
little
Isle.
Dex, so why just not kill him there? Why do you have to take him back and make a public execution?
Yeah.
They're right because they're taking to kill him?
I'm assuming so, because it does mention at one point they take him back and they execute him. I suppose it's like it helps the public. It's like you said, the public school.
But it's also so stupid and dangerous because what if he gets out of control?
Than it is to kill one, you'd think. But I think I think the scent and the darts are able to lay them low, and I'm not sure what you have to do to actually kill. I mean, can they be killed by other means as well? Because I mean, how did they manage to survive up to the point that they discovered the purple flowers kept them away? I mean, that's something to consider. Also, another thing I'm considering is in the north where they all live. Surely they've eaten everything or killed everything or infected everything. So it's like, how are they not dying of starvation? But maybe they're magic and they don't. I don't know. It's just.
It is in fact interesting how that happens.
Yeah, it's just.
I just think he has got the image in my mind that they're experimenting on them, the poor things. Like also, I get it. These things become zombies and they're brainless.
Yeah, I don't think they are.
You think why would they be so cruel to drag them back and experiment on them?
That guy who got killed at the beginning, who got stabbed through the shoulder with the tail of the first Datso, the one that was buried underground. That's that guy here, Bardoon or something. His name is, isn't it?
Why did you spoil it, Mr. Guy? I don't know if that's him. Don't tell me.
Rina told us that was Bardoon last week, and I said,
don't spoil it for me.
I'm not spoiling it. This is what we were told last week. Last week. She told us this was Bardoon, who is the lead bad guy, and that guy.
Was that his name?
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
The guy that was first. I shit with names. Even if his name was Tom, I would forget now.
So I'm assuming that they do have intelligence. So they're not just mindless zombies. I'm assuming they do have intelligence. They must have kind of their own kind of level of society and civilization in them. Maybe they evolved.
No, what I found funny is, people always be people. They'll still experiment and try to use the dead. So
yeah, and also
we never learned. We never fucking learned.
Yeah, there probably are people trying to use it for their own advantage. Yeah, like I know the ball wouldn't transform because it had been killed. So it's like they're not just killing. So they're not just trying to spread the plague. It just happens to be like a side product of their bite. So if anyone survives their bite,
it's kind of like with a vampire. They have to bite them with the poison for it to work.
Yeah,
and just
not
slash them.
Yeah,
they're just doing it for food.
Yeah, so I've seen a lot of this. And I think they are more. I was thinking that they were like mindless kind of creatures, but I think they're a lot more maybe intelligent and organized than you think they are, kind of thing. I'm assuming because I know that Bardoon guy and this who we assume is Isle, who's just been captured.
Yeah, poor kid. I felt so bad for him.
Yeah. Well, they do say that they're kind of mindless and they attack straight away as soon as they see someone normally. But he didn't attack the little kid that he saw, did he? And he didn't. Like, and when he woke up in the cage, and I thought that was a bit like daft of Ranger to be leaning back against the cage where there's a sleeping Datso in it who could just reach through and bite him or something like that. See?
But they weren't sitting though in front of the cage. They were.
No, he was. He
said a bit away from it.
No, he just said he leaned against the cage. He was leaning back against the cage. I'm sure that's what I just read. And I was like,
they weren't leaning against the cage. They were sitting a bit away from it.
I think
and then they turned. Then she because
I just read that
here,
bit, so I think he was, but I need to double check.
No, the lady, which her name I already forgot.
Quail.
She was sitting here.
Yeah, but I'm sure he said he was sitting there.
No, I mean, they were sitting like this. This is her. This was her, and this was him, and she was looking at the cage. I think, or no, not at the cage. I think they were both sitting, not looking at the cage, and then they turned around and they saw the little.
Yeah, I know it was really quiet and he'd woken up.
Yeah.
And we've got the history of them. Maybe we're going into the characters a little bit more. We haven't been, we've had a slight introduction to all. I think it's 5 of them in total, isn't it? I went to make notes.
The fifth one is missing. He couldn't arrive.
Oh, right. Because I know so far we've got Ranger. He's actually a lot older than I thought he would be as well.
I was so shocked when they said his age. I was like, how how is this? I was about to say a swear word. How is this dude
this old
still fighting in this
well, the thing
game?
is, we don't know how long their life sentences, their life rates are in this world. They might live longer.
No, they did say that he's half human, half the third line of the creatures.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they mentioned that. After
okay.
they said that, I was like,
so
okay.
They probably live longer.
That makes sense. Yeah, because I was so shocked when they said his age. I was like, how is he still fighting? I get him being able to shoot a gun. That's fine.
Yeah.
But all the jumping and everything he does.
Yeah. But like I say, we don't know what their life expectancy is. Maybe they live a lot longer in this world. Also, I was wrong. You were right. Apparently, they were sat on the grass, back turned towards the cage. I'm sure. I just read it a second. But the thing was, I thought I'd read all 29 pages, as I told you. But I went back to it. I was going to read it through again and make notes. But I ended up getting blinking sidetracked by other stuff that I was doing. So I only did a skim for the second time. But when I meant to reread it again, I realised I hadn't read a whole chapter. I thought I'd read the first 29 pages. And I'd only read the first 23. So I must have...
Mr. Gray.
In my head, he was like leaning with his back against the cage. And I thought, that doesn't sound right. That sounds silly. That doesn't sound like something experienced...
not at all.
That's so hunting would do. But apparently I read it wrong. All right, so yeah, I didn't remember that bit about him being.
Yeah, see, he's at celery. Kind of reminds me of celery.
Yeah, so he's part celery. That's not very good, is it?
By the way, Mr. Gray, thanks for that. Every time I read ahead of a chapter, I always think of the DP. Thank you.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing I was going to mention. Yeah,
God.
The calendar, the DP that they go for. As soon as I heard that when I was chatting to an interview, I thought because obviously I am a disgusting individual, and when I thought DP, I thought something completely different to what it meant. Like he's like Dacto Plague. But
God.
Apparently there are various websites where you can. Well, if you type in DP, you will get images and video that you probably shouldn't talk about. And
with adult activities, we'll put it like that.
Definitely, it's like
Oh God! Every time I start a chapter, I keep thinking about that. and all I can imagine is Ranger in bed with someone. Thank you.
Well, yeah, Ranger and someone else with someone else, but yeah, I think Rina's just found out.
We're not going to tell you, Rina. Your mom is here. It's not polite.
You stay innocent, Rina, but people disgusting, deprived old men like me were like, "Ooh, my gosh!"
or really desperate and lonely chicks like myself.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Don't ruin your innocence, Rina. I'm already a lost cause.
Yeah, right.
That's why I can't get a boyfriend.
Maybe. Well, I don't know. Maybe you need to explain that to them, and they'll be like, "Oh, interesting." They might be more interested. You never know.
You know what would be hilarious? Is some time from now I tell you, Mr. Gray, I ended up getting a boyfriend after this stream.
Yeah, why not? Now they know that you know everything there is to know.
Okay. We have a confirmation from the mother. She understands.
All right. Okay. All right. Anyway, so we've got Leon, Marco, and Twilight.
Please tell me your little brother is not watching us at least.
Anything else you've got to talk about? Because literally at the moment, we're just getting the idea of them. I mean, he's old. I don't know how much longer he's expected to carry on his role as a protector of the land.
Honestly, before we found out his age, I assumed he was like in his 40s.
Yeah.
He's been a hunter for already quite a long time.
Yeah.
I didn't think he'd be so much older.
Yeah. But I mean, that moment, last time we saw them at the end of 2019.
There's still hope for that kid. There's still
doing his own work. So, yeah, Ranger is old. But we don't know what the life expectancy is of...
He's a great fox. He's a great fox.
He might be a teenager at 68. Who knows? But I wouldn't have thought so from the way it was mentioned. No,
I don't think so. Maybe his body is more durable than average humans.
Oh, that's the other thing we was talking about before we came on. We were talking about.
Oh, wait! Before it continues to say one thing, Rina, you're listening. Whatever you do, because someday you'll become a great author. Don't read any fan fiction about your characters. Please don't do that.
Great.
Okay? Just as someone who reads fan fiction and the porno kind,
and probably writes
don't do it to yourself, okay?
Yeah.
Please don't do it to yourself.
Great
I'm just warning you right now.
All right. Right, we were talking about who we assume is Isle, who's been captured and is being taken back. We assume to be executed.
Yeah, poor baby.
And we was wondering because he doesn't seem like from what we know of the Datso, he doesn't seem like the normal Datso. He didn't attack straight away. There was a kid that
that's how always these stories go. You got the one that's not like everyone.
And we already know.
If you read YA, there's so many shit ton of books with "I'm not like other girls."
I'll tell you what on that one.
you know how many of those actually donated last year to the library? Because I looked at them now as a 26-year-old and I was like, oh fuck that shit.
I'm
glad you're not like other girls. And you know what that translates to?
I'm completely different from other girls.
Yeah, I'm either lifeless, no personality, or just plain, oh look, I'm tough and I don't like pink and makeup. Ooh.
Can we get back to the subject now?
Yeah, sorry, I had to rant about that.
Okay, I think this you're finding other issues. We're gone into other issues now. This is isn't that how it always is? Yeah.
If it was the regular Datso, it wouldn't really.
No, that's true.
No, it would be a different kind of story.
Yeah, but like this, we know from the synopsis what it's about. But we both had ideas of what kind of Datso he was, because I was thinking that maybe because he seems to be less vicious, and though he was hunting like balls or whatever, he seems to be less. Yeah, apparently I'm just like the other guy. I was thinking that he may be different to the other Datsos because maybe he was maybe one of the lost Judavari or one of the Asilari who people think are no longer around. Maybe he is one who was bitten by a Datso.
But they were
he's hidden and they don't know anything about it. But that's one theory. And you had right, and maybe he was like
what I immediately thought as I read about him, I was certain he was a hybrid.
Yeah,
that his mom or dad was human, and the other parent was maybe a human, a Datso that was a human before, because we don't know if they can create children or not.
That's
so
right.
I thought, maybe because he's so human looking, and so small, like the size of a human, that I was almost certain immediately that he's a hybrid. Yeah, but so there's a chance that not.
So you were thinking that one of the flying ones who take people off had captured like a woman or something, and rather than biting
or a man.
Yeah, maybe a man, but I think a woman would be more likely, because if a man's faced up with a giant Datso and told he's got to perform, I think he'd have trouble.
I wasn't thinking that the flying one did it. Maybe flying ones brought the humans back to the other Datso.
A humanoid looking Datso.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe they're doing their own genetic experiments, like the Datsos.
We don't know.
I think they are more intelligent than we think they are, maybe. And they're also
I was just thinking, because this is our bad guy, and he's somewhat human-looking. Perhaps they're a human-looking Datso. Yeah, and they send maybe they kidnap humans to use for some purpose. And perhaps Datso. Isle's one of his parents was perhaps one of these humans.
Yeah.
The mother or father were kidnapped and taken back, and not had a fun adult activity time.
No, I mean, because look, he's wearing clothes. You can see the collar there. So obviously they're not just like lambing around naked savage monsters. So maybe, like you say, maybe they've got their own version of like farming and stuff like that. Maybe they're farming humans for like food or something like that. Who knows?
Yeah.
Like I say, or doing like sexy time experiments on them. I don't know. But I dare say we'll find out more as we go along.
Yeah.
But anything else?
So far, it's very interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely much more to learn, is what I feel, and it's quite easy reading as well. It's not like it's too heavy or anything like that.
And also the font size is quite good. I must say.
You turned into original amongst the version of the original form. We got that bit, but we just wondered if there was any other kind of layers of
Yeah, but
mingling
I'm
between.
getting the feeling I was probably wrong. It's not a mating thing. It's
Maybe we're just
maybe Isle was just kidnapped. Because
yeah.
doesn't Ranger? Because I think Ranger when he captures him, he does wonder if some family is missing this boy right now.
Yeah.
So maybe he was someone's child and he was taken.
Yeah.
Yeah, no fun, sexy time for them.
But I dare say there's a reason that he's, not as savage and evil as the other Datso. And I'm assuming that at some point we will discover that it is. Or it might just turn out that he's a complete freak of nature and no one knows why he's
Perhaps
different.
those that were human have more intelligence because because let's say if they turned a bull, the bull wouldn't retain much intelligence after
No,
being
he didn't have much
infected.
to start off with, yeah. But most, I
But
think, all,
a human might.
mm,
A
I
human
think
might.
I assume that all the animal Datsos are just like mindless killing machines, are only worrying about eating and biting, so they'll attack anyone. And if the person happens to survive the attack, I mean, I'm not sure if their main thing is to actually infect people or just to kill them, but it's the ones that have survived getting killed that end up becoming Datsos themselves.
Yeah,
Sure.
maybe those that weren't human before are intelligent. They just want to eat. Their whole purpose is to feed. But the
Yeah,
more intelligent ones might have a bigger plan in mind.
yeah. We'll
Maybe
find out.
that's how it is.
We shall find out.
Oh, what
Right.
did you think about the characters of the other gatekeepers?
We didn't get an awful lot of information about them. They all had their own
What do
little.
you mean we did? We got a
No, we
description.
got
We
descriptions, but
know
we've
the
not. Yeah,
relationships.
but we're not like in that much depth yet. Is what I'm trying to. Is what I'm trying to say. We've kind of got an introduction to them. We had the descriptions of what they look like, a little bit about their character.
That's an interesting theory, Mr. Brown.
Well, he's
And
probably right.
every time I see Mr. Brown's name, I immediately think of Charlie Brown from the Peanuts.
Yeah. Right. So interesting. Anyway. Yeah, we've got a slight introduction to them, and they wanted to have a party and get. I didn't understand why he wasn't able to get drunk. They were talking about at one point he had a drink.
Well, because he's not fully human.
Fully human,
That's
yeah.
why.
So I'm thinking, yeah, I'm guessing there's something
probably
like that.
it probably doesn't really kind of like Captain America, like you said. I can't get drunk.
Yeah, because these super soldiers.
Well, that was, to be fair, in the movie. I don't know how it is in the comics.
Wolverine wasn't able to get drunk because he was always able to heal himself. He was able to heal himself all the time, Wolverine, and so he never got drunk. One of the things he couldn't get drunk or poisoned. But I wonder if there's any other. I mean, if you think about it,
what I'm most looking forward to find out is what kind of relationship is Isle and Ranger are going to have. So is it going to be like maybe father son or maybe mentor and mentored?
I was wondering also about the relationship between Ranger and Quail. Because I know he was her master and taught her how to do a lot of fighting. I wasn't sure if it was like a fatherly kind of relationship or if there was any kind of romantic.
I do think it's more of a friendship kind of relationship.
Yeah, father.
I didn't feel any romantic tones there.
No, other than the fact he pulled her hair back, and he felt a little bit like there was one point something happened, her hair fell down, and he felt a little bit like maybe he liked to have her hair up or something like that. I don't know. We don't know.
To me, it seemed like more like what my dad might do. Pull the hair back.
You're probably right. Because
my dad does it sometimes. He might pass over and do this.
Yeah,
on my head.
And then said, "Try not to swear so much." Zlatan, I say to you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what. So I am curious what relationship these two will have. Also, what I'm dying to know is if Isle can talk. That's what I'm looking forward to find out.
Sure, he must be able to.
And if he can speak, I think that the cover is quite misleading because you look at it, the kid's already standing there together, and you can't help but think, oh wait, we have Mr. Dave.
Yeah.
Hi.
He's running and listening. Yeah, I mean,
what did Rina before this? She mentioned, yeah, you're right. Did she mean you? What about?
I don't know. She said,
not Rina. I think Sharon. Sharon said that.
Yeah, I don't know. But he's obviously wearing. When he was first encountered, was he wearing clothes when he was first?
Yeah. Wait, I think he's wearing pants,
right?
But I think he's shirtless because Ranger can see the scars on him.
Right.
And I think I am wrong about the hybrid thing because Ranger sees like a big bite all over his waist.
That's right. Yeah.
So I take it. So he's probably.
Yeah.
So I think I'm definitely wrong about the hybrid thing.
Rina's giving spoilers. Rina's giving spoilers to her own book. Oh, come on, Rina.
Well, I look forward to that scene. Yeah, your mom is spoiling the book, Rina.
What I'm going to try and do this time, because what I wanted to do with it was I read it through.
Wait. The kid's naked? Oh.
Apparently he was naked in the first scene. I can't remember now, but that's the sort of thing I wanted to do. I read it through, and I was going to go back and read it through again and make proper notes, but I didn't really get properly. I'll try and do it better.
Well, that's a bit uncomfortable, isn't it?
Well, I suppose he doesn't care. I don't know. We'll find out, I suppose.
I'm glad there were no descriptions.
No.
let me imagine him wearing pants. Trousers.
Yeah. Trousers, pants, whatever. Some form of undergarments.
Yeah, please. Well, he is, I guess. So well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but does that mean they have their
Oh, dear, you're not going to go on a long spiel about that again. We had enough of that when we were talking about the Predator the other day. It's like, stop worrying about creatures of fantasies.
But I have to know, how do they mate? How do you make baby predators?
Yeah. No, you go back to your fan fiction you were talking about earlier on, and let us not worry about that kind of thing.
Oh no! If I ever come across the fan fiction of this book, I'm shutting off my laptop.
You'll probably be the one writing it. What are you talking about?
No, thank you. That kind of porn, I need lessons how to write.
Right.
No, really, Mr. Guy, I'm not joking. No. There's some traumatizing things on fan fiction.
I'll take your word for it because I don't know anything about it.
Yeah. Anyway. I kind of, I'm not particularly interested in One Direction, but I do feel bad for them. I hope they never search their names in fan fiction. Oh my God, the stuff the Detso are babies. They are Detso babies.
Okay.
All right, so they do have the dinglings.
Gosh. You'd think they would be too savage to sort of nurture their young, but I suppose they have got more level of intelligence than you think. Just that anything non-Datso, I suppose, they will attack.
Oh, Mr. Gray, do you think maybe that's his son?
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
that would have been something, wouldn't it? That's like the dad, and that's his kid.
Well, another thing to think about, another thing that's interesting, would a Datso tiger attack a Datso human if it was hungry? Are the Datso fighting? Did the Datso deer get eaten by Datso lions and that kind of thing? Or is a Datso lion just as likely to kill a, I don't know, would a Datso mouse? Are there Datso mice? I don't know. Let's not go there.
That would require a really small Datso to bite a mouse.
Yeah,
because a big Datso would just swallow the mouse.
It'd probably kill it, wouldn't it? Maybe a Datso cat bit a tail of a mouse and turn it into a Datso mouse. But
I do love that Isle has a tail.
Yeah,
it's kind of cute.
Apart from the tail, and I think he's got some fangs and maybe his ears. I can't see if his ears are pointed or not, but he looks like, say, mostly human. Apart from the fact he's grey hued, at least by that picture.
Yeah, but in the book they are dark. They're supposed to be black.
That's right. They go black. That's right. Yeah,
pitch black.
Mm.
I guess in the drawing you wouldn't see it very well if they were pitch black. No. I do wonder if they drew it in acrylics. This one here.
Right.
That makes me wonder how I should make my own version look because I want to draw this for our.
Thinking about the picture now, this is in the back here. Must be all the purple roses, mustn't it?
Yeah, all the flowers.
Purple flowers, yeah.
And over here are the Detso that kidnap people.
Did we get the name of the purple flowers? I can't remember. The name.
Yeah.
What are they called?
I don't remember, but we did get a name. It's like these purple roses.
Yeah, I thought it was something like that. I don't remember them actually having a name. But anyway, so we're going to do another 3 chapters for next week.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Wait. What if rats ate a dead cell corpse? Would that turn from tainted meat?
Yeah, that's a good question. Maybe we'll find out later on. Maybe it'll be discovered in.
Who created the predator?
Oh, they're just called purple roses.
Okay, purple rose. My favorite color. Now I have an urge to contact the creator of Predator and ask how they make Predator babies.
Do that in your own time, mate. If you do get in touch, don't bother keeping us updated.
I doubt that. I will make a video just for it.
Right.
A video that no one is going to watch.
Well, we'll see. I'm sure Sanimation would watch. She's that kind of curious mind wants to know. So we're going to do another 3 chapters for next week, yeah?
Maybe we should do more, Mr. Gray, than just 3 chapters.
Oh, 3 was enough.
Yeah, I'm just thinking just how long it would take us each week.
Well, it took us a week. Gives us a relaxed time period.
Well, yeah, I suppose we do need to make it the same equal number each week as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So we're going to go from 29 to 53. So that's a.
Wait. From 29 to 53.
Yeah, that's the next 3 chapters.
Okay, yeah, 53. Yeah, it's also, you also got to constantly remember that it's the same day.
Yeah, the 58th of 222 DP. Yeah.
I forgot. Is 222 the year or the day? No, the
58,
year, right?
58 is the day, and so it's 222 years after the That's So Plague began.
Okay.
It's the 58th of Fall Heart, which is their because the years start in spring.
Another interesting thing is they didn't seem to develop technology.
Who the humans in the north?
Yeah, because there's no phones. There's no phones. No cars. No cars either.
So they've only got like a kind of like a medieval kind of technological level kind of thing. Carts.
Well, maybe a bit more advanced because we got the bow and we got the arrows.
Yeah, those are ancient, aren't they? Bow and arrows are ancient weapons. They're like thinking long before medieval times. They're bows and arrows.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think crossbows as well, didn't they? Which is them slightly
more. But they
have
guns. They do have guns, though.
I thought it was a crossbow that he had.
Oh,
was it a gun?
Ranger has a crossbow, but the people back they fight during the winter. They all get guns.
I don't remember that.
They get guns, and I think they have electricity too. So it's not medieval ages.
Electricity? I don't remember all that being said.
Yeah, I think they do. I think they have electricity.
All right, we'll have to. Yeah. But Rina's saying going 4 chapters instead of 3. No, they're crossbows. They're not guns. See, that's what I thought.
All right. So, sorry, my bad. Okay, so it's fire, gas, lit lamps. So they're in the 1850s.
No, whatever. Medieval time.
No, not medieval. Well,
medieval.
What they're doing to the death row, yeah, they're medieval.
Yeah. Guns are going to come later on, apparently. So I don't know if we can get that in the future. They have gas-lit lamps, so it's very medieval. And I suppose the gas-lit lamps may be a slightly different era, but yeah, it's all good.
Well, yeah, they didn't have gas lamps.
They're different. They're not the same as our. Like,
they do have guns. They do have guns.
Yeah, it says guns come later.
I gotta say though, I get it. They're a bit busy. They have the dead so on their backs to deal with.
Yeah.
But 222 years and you people couldn't even invent a fucking electricity at that point.
It took a long time for people to create electric. I mean, they're a different civilization to this our civilization. So different
advertising must shop.
Being made at different times, I suppose. It doesn't run concurrently with our evolution of science. Apparently, the guns are going to be coming in for book 3. So I'm not sure. It might even be a good few decades in the future. It could be a couple of 100 years in the future. Who knows? we'll find out when he comes to reading book 3. We're still on.
Yeah, by book 3, we'll be reading about Isle's grandchildren.
Right. Rena says there's a good cliffhanger coming up, but that's not. Well, I think we should stick to what we were going to do. We should go 29 to 53, and then week after that we'll do 53 to.
Yeah, three chapters each time, like we said.
And maybe we'll get Rena to come in next time. So next week we do it just normal, me on your channel, talk about the next 3 chapters. Then a week after that, we can see if Rena wants to come in, and we can go over the cliffhanger with her. And let's
do it like that.
Yeah, that sounds like a good run. All right. Anything else?
What's your bookmark, Mr. Gray?
I've got a bookmark. I got the bookmark from.
I need to hit up Sharon and buy the little book from her.
And inside, I've got a little card that I got
from nice.
When I bought it.
Yeah, I had to buy mine on Amazon, so I couldn't get that one.
Little business card. Hi, C3. Right. So, anything else you want to add?
You know what I might do, Mr. Gray? I might buy this again from Sharon and get me a signed copy, and then I'll donate this one to my library. Yeah. So we'll have the Isle of the Dark in an Israeli library.
Yeah, and don't forget, if anyone else is reading along, come in next week and feel free to put some comments in the chat. Or if anyone's read along to this part we've led on, we could always put someone else in if they wanted to come in and talk about it, I suppose. But hopefully,
I'll donate this one to my library.
Yeah.
Mr. Gray, should we have someone? No, that might be too many. I was thinking, should we have someone join us if they're reading?
Yeah, so if somebody's reading and they want to pop in at some, but maybe not as every week, but like as a one-off kind of thing. If someone's read to a certain bit and they've got anything they want to say, then we can hit us up and we can maybe put you on. Next week's going to be on your channel.
Yeah,
we're going backwards and forwards basically. But if Rena's willing, next time it's on my channel, so in 2 weeks' time, maybe we'll get her to come in and we can ask her all the hard questions.
Hold on. Not about the DP. We're not asking that.
No. We can save up all the world breaking questions, all the tricksy questions we can ask her. See if she's got it all in it. She's probably got it all on her head and written down in notes and so forth.
I envy her if she has that talent. I can barely keep up with my own shit stories.
Yeah. Right. So
all right. So wait, Mr. Great. We are doing this then next Wednesday, yeah?
Yeah, I'm easy for next Wednesday. I like to do it like because it gives me, rather than like waiting for me to read it and then redo it, just give me a timeline I've got to be ready for. And it gives me something to do.
Our deadline of reading it is till the 3rd of the 2nd.
Right.
Yeah, so sorry. In Britain, is it also like the month comes first?
No, we always do the day first, then the month. But that's what you just do.
Yeah, so the 3rd of the 2nd.
Yeah.
That's when we will do this again. So that's how long you have to read the Sister Grey.
Yeah.
So best get on it. Oh wait, what did Rina say?
She said she'll join the next show. I want her on the show after next. So the next show.
Oh, great.
Unless I don't know
hi, Mr. Robert.
She wants to come on, but.
I envy you, Rina. I wish I could keep my shit together in my head like that.
We'll work it out with her, and then maybe she'll be on next week as well. But I don't know. We want to get her on every week because I don't know. Would we want that? Would she want that? I don't know. I'm not sure. But
maybe we should do this when we're further in, like you said. Yeah. Not next week, but the week after that.
Yeah, because we can go over the spoiler she's just given us of the cliffhanger.
Yeah, the cliffhanger. Oh, right. Wait, is the cliffhanger next chapter?
No, it's 67. So that will be the not next week, but the week after that, when we're reading through that, and we can pick her brain about what happened.
All right, so we'll get on that cliffhanger. Yeah. All right, so that's about it. We'll be back next Wednesday on my channel.
Yeah.
I hope by then I will draw that thumbnail I said.
Right.
We'll see how well I can do our boy Isle here. Yeah. I think I'll only draw, or maybe I'll try to draw Ranger as well. By the way, his tips of hair aren't as brown as they seem in the picture.
Right. Anyway, so You got later on tonight, a few hours time, I'll be chatting with Magic Lasso about 5 of his comic memories. So come back to my channel for that later on as well. And cheers for tuning in, everyone. And we'll be back next Wednesday on Matilda's channel for more Isle of the Dark.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.